welcome to the W7W Podcast. I'm Amy.
I'm Hunter.
And this is a show about our local yarn store here in Fort Worth, Texas, W7W.
All right, so what do we have to talk about this week?
Did you have a good weekend last weekend?
We did. We had a productive, busy weekend, and that is always good.
What was last weekend?
It was a local yarn shop day. It's an annual event that TNNA started doing a couple of years ago, the National Needle Arts Foundation. Association.
That would be TNNF.
TNNF.
Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
Yeah. TNNA, National Needleworks Association. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, so this is the second time that we've done it. And yeah, y'all, once again, have been tremendous, outstanding support. The knitters came out, and we made a day of it, and it was really good. It was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to do it next year.
Absolutely.
All right, and next week, what's happening?
Next week is our anniversary sale, and we didn't do this on purpose. We didn't, because we know that this is a lot to be dealing with in a row with Fiberfest at the beginning of April, local yarn shop day at the end of April, and then like right after our anniversary sale. But it was when we opened. We opened May 7th.
Technically May 7th, 2016. Mm-hmm. So we have an anniversary sale. That's going to be on Saturday and Sunday, May 4th and 5th.
That's right.
15% off everything in the store.
Mm-hmm. Saturday and Sunday, that's right.
May 4th and 5th. May the 4th be with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. And I was like, should we conflict with National Star Wars Day? But then I guess the alternative would be to do it the following weekend and conflict with Mother's Day. So we're like,
well, that might have been okay.
Star Wars Day, Mother's Day. Let's do it the week early.
Yeah. So that's next week. What any interesting new classes?
Yeah, we've got some new classes coming up. We've got toe-up socks we're offering again. We like to kind of go back and forth between cuff down, toe up, and
People
the occasional
like sock
technique.
Classes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yep. So that one's a two-parter.
And that one's on Mother's Day, May 12th, and Memorial Day.
So basically, if you
May
hate
26th.
holidays, we've got a sock class for you.
You don't want to spend time with your family. Spend time with us.
There we go. Yeah.
It is only 2 hours, so you have plenty of time for your family.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going to a lake, come knit socks with Jen.
There we go.
There you go. All right. We've also got our regular beginning knitting and beginning crochet classes with Karen.
Those are every Saturday morning. Mm-hmm.
Mel's got a couple of spinning technique classes she's going to do. Consistency, spinning consistency, and
woolen spun.
Woolen, yeah, which is light and fluffy.
Floofy.
Yeah, floofy. Most of your yarns are worsted spun, which just means they're tightly spun and twisty. And woolen spun would be more like your Brooklyn tweed.
Exactly, shelter
and
loft, something like that.
Really fluffy, airy, easy to break. Woolen spun yarns.
Yeah, be careful with the cast on and the bind off with those. I've learned the hard way on that. From experience, yep.
Yeah. Although I do like those because when you need to change colors, you can just, it makes you feel like really, really strong.
Strong knitter, tough knitter.
And then we have a circle weaving class.
That's right, and that is being offered by our new weaving instructor.
Instructor, Kristen Cathy. You might have seen her around the store. She does a lot of spinning with us.
That's right. She heads up the Saturday or Sunday spin-in groups, the second Sunday spin-in.
And you'll be seeing more of Kristen this summer because she is joining our team.
That's right. Yeah.
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 We're happy to have her.
Absolutely.
So she's going to do circle weaving this month, which is on a large hoop, and it's circular, and all the supplies are provided, and you can find out more about it on our class events.
If we were offering a circle weaving class and it was not circular, I think that would be a fundamental problem with the class.
Well, what if it's like on a regular loom, but you do like a circle with the shuttle or something?
That could be something. That could be interesting. Just saying.
In theory.
Now I got to do it.
Gauntlet thrown.
And those are our classes for May and our events for May.
Cool. Yep, that's it.
Anniversary sale, and then our regular Sunday spin-ins twice a month. May 12th and 26th. Second and fourth Sundays.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting
Mother's Day and Memorial Day.
Now that Kristen is working here as well, so we'll see how that works.
So, also, what kind of new stuff do you have, Hunter?
Oh, we have got so many new things, it's hard to even know where to begin.
Oh, yes. Begin at the beginning.
Okay, so at Fiberfest, we brought our wrist rollers with us, and, they always do well. And we were running low to begin with, but then they got hit pretty hard at Fiberfest, so afterwards, we were like, okay, let's go ahead and place a wrist roller reorder. But do we want just the same things that we got before? That would be boring. So we decided to bring in just a few new things. So, new, we reordered most of what we had before, but new to the shop, we have a few goodies. We've got the gray wrist ruler. And then, let's see, we've got the brioche wrist ruler. And this is a color called Natural, I think?
I think so.
Yeah, so there's that right there. We also...
These are the chart symbols for brioche knit and brioche purl and slip-one yarn over. Pretty cute.
Yep. Then we also decided to bring in the Kitchener Stitch wrist ruler, which I was all over.
Did you forget the Kitchener Stitch?
If it's been a while since I've done it, and it's been a minute since I've done cuff down socks lately, I've been doing more toe up. Sometimes I need to reference the page just to get started, and then I remember. But it's just one of those things where sometimes you just need the quick reference before you get going. That's how it is for me sometimes anyway.
Okay.
So I like that. And then y'all have probably also seen the thin wrist ruler, so we decided to go ahead and bring those in a couple of different types. We've got, there we go, medium brown, like the Kitchener one that we got. And then also in the shop, sorry. Then also in champagne, the shop color, which is like a silver-ish kind of.
Tell me about, these are a little bit different,
okay.
Besides them being thinner.
Okay, so they have a different class because they're so thin, they can't do the traditional, pokey class. So that's
term?
Technical term right there. So they have this magnetic clasp right here. Now the thing to bear in mind is whereas these clasps overlap, this clasp adds to the length of this wrist ruler by about 3/4 of an inch, which makes the sizing situation a little different. Whereas you may have a 16-inch wrist ruler, you may want a 15 in this because of the added nearly an inch from the clasp. So heads up on that.
Oh, for sizing information.
For sizing information. I wouldn't want somebody to order online and be like, oh yeah, well I always wear 16s, I'll just get a 16 in that, and then you get it's a little bit too big. It's a
little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are what they look like.
Blinged out like Sandra over there.
I should have put this one on first. It seems a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
For the sizes on the brioche and the Kitchener, they don't have measurements on them, but they come in what?
Yeah,
lengths?
it's the same, 15, 16, and 17 inches.
Okay.
I mean, they come in maybe a couple more lengths than that, but that's what we typically offer in the shop, and that's what we have for those.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have?
All right, other goodies. We saw on social media that Brew City Yarns out of Milwaukee had some Harry Potter inspired kits put together, shawl kits and fingerless mitt kits. So of course we were like all over that because how cool is that?
Pretty cool.
So we decided to bring those in. So the shawl kits, here's Gryffindor, not Gryffindor. Here's Ravenclaw.
And Hunter will put a picture of the knitted shawl in here because it's really pretty. We don't have one, but
Yeah. Or, I mean, you can just get the yarn and do whatever you want.
You can?
Yeah. Freedom. So, yeah, it's got the letter in there.
These are DK weight?
Mm-hmm. And the letter, by the way, has like this really cool stamped in wax seal.
Each skein is 230 yards of DK weight.
Look at you over there talking about relevant information. I'm like, look at the stamp.
That is pretty relevant.
Yeah, and like a house sorting pin, some other cool things.
Those are beautiful.
Yep. And then also we got the mid kits. And the shell kits, by the way, are available in all 4 houses. However, we had a run on the mid kits, and I believe we're out of Ravenclaw, but here's the other 3. If you want to take that one, because, you know, with your whole Hufflepuff situation over there.
I'm a Ravenclaw, and I didn't get a Ravenclaw mint kit, so we're going to have to order some more.
Well then. I'm pretty sure the extended test you took said you're like this much more Hufflepuff.
It was a lie.
Lie? It lied to you?
It was a lie. These are 80/20 merino, superwash merino nylon, 80 yards each. And she calls them chasers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and whereas the shawl kits are 2 different colors, these are 3.
3 colors. Very nice.
Indeed. What else do we have? Okay. Brooklyn Tweed released their new marled colors. Well, not all of them are new. I mean, we've had in Shelter, we had new print, I think it's called, for a while now. So anyway, we got those in. It's available in both Loft and Shelter. This is Shelter worsted weight. The colors are Amaranth and Caraway. And each of them they come in 5 different colors in both bases. So these are just a couple of them. And then the Loft over here, here's a few more colors. The aforementioned newsprint.
I like that one.
And then Caribou right here.
I think I've seen an entire sweater made out of that. Oh, a boxy, I think, or something like that.
And then Narwhal.
Nice.
Yeah, at least some of these have been out for a while.
Or
I think
a weekender.
these colors,
maybe a weekender.
Yeah, I think these colors have been out for a little while, but maybe the other 2 are a little bit newer.
And Loft is fingering weight?
Loft is fingering weight. Shelter is worsted weight.
Okay.
All right, so moving on. We brought in from Queensland. We've had a few of their bases in the shop for a while, but we decided to bring in a new one called Brisbane. This is an Aran/bulky weight yarn. It's right kind of on the border there. So fairly thick yarn. But it's got the, what's been a little bit popular lately has been this, for lack of a better term, I don't know, like color ply.
2 different colors, 2 different colors applied together.
Yep.
Very good. Very good.
So yeah, we brought that in as well. And I think you've got some goodies on your end.
I do. This is some Chopel Zauberball Crazy cotton.
Okay.
So you might be familiar with the regular sock weight Zauberballs.
Yeah, do not be mistaken though. These are DK weight.
These are DK weight cotton, and they are also that interesting two-plied color, and then with kind of a long color run.
Yeah, and
change too.
And the theory is that the regular Zauberball cotton is a fingering weight, of course, but I think it's a single ply, isn't it? So yeah, these are like to achieve the color effect.
2 of them.
There's a plied effect going on. So I think it's quite literally 2 of the fingering weight that are applied together to make the DK weight. So
very interesting. And then we have this is an oldie but a goodie, but new to us, is the Elspeth leveled silky wool. It is wool, silk, and nylon. 40 wool, 35 silk, 20 nylon. So a good sturdy blend in a DK weight.
We brought them in several colors. I want to say like 7 or 8 maybe. These are only a few of them.
Yeah. It feels nice. It feels like it'll have a good drape on it. And then, you guys remember when I knit that sweater in 4 days?
How could we forget?
Well, they're doing it again. But in the meantime...
The legend of Amy's 4-day sweater.
No. It's Marie Green's 4-day sweater knit along, and you can participate too. It's in July. But in the meantime, she's written a book Seamless Knit Sweaters in 2 Weeks by Marie Green. Now, the Beekeeper is not in here, and the new one that she's doing is not in here, but this book is full of other seamless knit sweaters, top-down raglan. You can get them, you really can get them done in no time, and there's a lot of great information on just basic sweater construction. So this is a good one. I keep messing with my hair. Anyway, all right, so do you have any finished objects? I think that's all the new stuff we have.
I think that's all the new stuff. I do not have any. By the way, I just want to point this out. Amy always kind of like, when we gear up to do a podcast and do our prep work, and she's like, okay, what's new in the shop? And I'm like, struggling to remember. Usually we get it all, but sometimes we forget things or miss things. At which point she's like, why didn't you make a list of everything that's new in the shop so that we get everything and have it? And you know what I did this time, people? I made a list.
Oh my goodness.
Made a list.
Oh my goodness.
So we were covered this time.
All right, so
I'm taking my credit.
No finished objects, though?
No finished object. These guys know that I'm pretty busy. I don't have a lot of time to knit. And then I get home and I'm lazy. When I get home, I'm just like, I'm done. I have no finished objects. I have some things I'm working on. What about you? How about any finished objects that you may have?
I do. I have one finished object. It was kind of like I had to take a break from when I was knitting. And so I knit up this little baby romper. I've been seeing these on Instagram a lot lately. Paired with cute little sweaters and little tights. They're so cute.
Looks like a light bulb.
It does kind of look like a light bulb, but it's a little baby romper. Buttons on the front here. These open. Slip the baby down in there. And it is called the Honeybug Romper. And I can't say the name of that author.
Let me take a crack at it.
Anyway.
Einer Birkenbayeva.
It's on Ravelry. Honeybug Romper, and it's got some really fun construction. This is knit in Phoebe by Quince & Company, which is an all-wool DK. You start here with a provisional cast on this part right here, and then you decrease for the center, and then you increase. You do some short rows on the back to make this bump out like a little bum. Then you rip out your provisional cast on and you pick up all the stitches in the front, and then you knit in the round. In the meantime, you seam up the sides. I can't remember. I did a mattress stitch seam on the side, which you can't see from there, but there's the inside. You can do whatever kind of seam you want. And then you do some ribbing for the center, and then you do the bib. And this is actually a 1x1 cable pattern. Right leaning and then left leaning, right leaning, left leaning, right leaning, left leaning, right leaning. Okay. And it was just fun, quick, and I needed just something to take my mind off of this other thing that I'm doing.
This ribbing, is that knit through the back loop?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good eye.
Yep.
Knit through the back loop and purl, which makes it really pop out. And this is in no way any sort of announcement of anything.
Yeah, let's just put the kibosh on that right now.
Nothing's happening.
Negativo.
I just wanted to knit something quick.
Dunzers.
So, that's a cute little shop sample. There we go. If you have a new baby in your life, I highly recommend the Honeybug Romper.
Or anybody, niece, nephew, cousin, whatever.
Super cute, fast knit, lots of interesting techniques. Okay, what are you working on?
All right, working on a few different things. I'm working on a pair of cuff down socks, but there's been like zero progress on that. I pretty much just like to have it as in the shop as something to show customers if they have sock questions.
That's pretty handy.
Yep. I am working on these toe-up socks.
This is Lollipop yarn that we got shortly before Fiberfest, so there's a little progress there.
Do we still have any of that?
We do. I think...
Oh, I see 3, 5.
I think we maybe have one more of this color if we didn't just sell it. Somebody was eyeballing it pretty hard at local yarn shop day. But yeah, toe up. It's a, I've talked about it before. It's a Turkish cast on. The increases are just yarn overs, knit through the back loop. It's super straightforward. I really like it. And that is my reward, knitting on that, after I make some progress on the other thing that I'm working on. A couple of podcasts back, Amy suggested that I knit a shop sample. She went down to the Hill Country Retreat, and while down there, she met and got the pattern for this cowl from Cecilio Campolciaro. Did I do that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Called Hieronymus Cowl. And she kind of like challenged me during the podcast, if memory serves, right?
I did.
I was like, that's worsted weight yarn.
What's all that red stuff on it?
I think it's coming from my bag. I don't know. It's weird. I just noticed that too. But anyway, I was like, yeah, worsted weight yarn, challenge accepted.
What's in your bag?
Project. A lot of red.
Oh, there is a lot of red. You think that red is coming off on the yarn? That's a little disturbing.
The inside of my bag is all red. Yeah, well, it's, I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, I can't think of what else it could be. So yeah, it's a little tedious though. It's a colorwork cowl. But the colors we chose, I wanted to match it up pretty closely to the picture, is gray and black. And the black is a beading yawl. And it is truly boring on top of it. It's a lot of knit 7, purl 7, so it's boring and tedious. So I'll do like I'll do like 2 or 4 rows, and then I can do sock. Then the next day, maybe another 4 rows. Then I can do sock. So anyway, that's it. Progress is slow, but progress is being made nonetheless.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What are you working on?
I'm just wondering, so how many rows is that?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I put 5 years of my life into this thing. Am I being a little overdramatic?
How many months ago was that?
It was like, what, few weeks ago? I didn't even cast it on till like, I don't know, probably a few weeks after that podcast.
A few weeks?
Yeah, at least.
No.
Yeah, I was busy doing other things.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll show you my...
Throwing shade over there.
I'll show you my This Is Taking Forever knit.
Yeah. Oh, you have one of those too.
I do. Except I'm a bit further than you.
With the humble brag.
Yeah, brag. This is that, and I've talked about it on the podcast.
Was that humble brag or just brag?
I don't know. This is the Mitchell poncho from Shibui and their new Vine yarn, which is a paper wrapped in silk. So I've already got the entire front of the poncho finished. This is the back, and it kind of, it's just taking forever. Because it's just stockinette, just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of stockinette.
Okay, that needle keeps coming disturbingly close to my face, and I don't have glasses on anymore, so I don't have protection. Now?
Here, I'll put my finger over the tip. So I just put my finger in your eye.
Oh, that's much better. Do that every day anyway.
Do I?
Thumb in my eye? Is that a thing?
I don't think that's a thing.
I thought that's a thing.
I don't think that's a real saying. Okay, so this is what's taking forever. So I had to take a break and make that little baby onesie.
How much further do you think you have to go?
A lot. A lot further. So that's my boring knitting. Then I had to cast on the Soltona?
She was being held at gunpoint. There was no choice.
Soldatna. So many other people have been doing it, and I just kept seeing the pictures over and over and over, and I was like, I have to do that. So got all this out of my stash. I stashed Dove. And my stash is not as big as you would think it is, but I had some DK. This is not my stash.
You're right, it's my stash.
It's Hunter's stash. So I chose these colors. I did not do a gauge swatch. I am also using 2 different brands of yarn.
Taking a walk on the wild side there.
And 2 different types of yarn within one particular brand. So this may or may not fit. I did put it over my head just to make sure that I can get it over my head, and it does fit over my head. But the deep, it might be showing up as black, but it's a deep, deep, deep blue, is Tide by Yarn Carnival in their Aerialist DK. The light blue is Rain, also Aerialist DK by Yarn Carnival. The orange is a really pretty, almost variegated-ish, multi-tonal, High Twist DK by Madeline Tosh.
The color is called A River Runs Through Mars.
Thank you. A River Runs Through Mars. And then, so there's kind of like a water theme going on. And then I had a ball of antler from another project, most of a ball of antler from another project, because you don't need 4 skeins of DK for the whole thing because it's a short sleeve crop top. So I had most of a ball from a different project of antler. So besides antler, it's all got water. So this will be my nautical theme.
You could have done blue crab instead of antler. That would have, I think
I
it would have been nice.
that would, no, you really need a lot of contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was all blue, I don't know that would have been enough contrast.
Yeah, they're pretty different blues, though. I'm a fan of blue.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm almost finished. Well, no, I'd say halfway finished with the color work yoke. And then comes the crop top buddy, so that won't take too long. And it's DK, so it's going fast. And hopefully it'll fit. Wish me luck.
Why aren't there more crop top sweaters for guys?
You wouldn't wear one.
You want to bet?
Yes, I do.
No shirt. Boom.
Are you going to knit this yourself?
Don't challenge me like that. Not time for that.
Threw down. You said you want to bet.
I don't think they exist.
Oh, I'll make one. You could wear this one. I mean, it's not your size. But you could knit your size.
Mm-hmm.
Crop top sweater.
It'd have to be a short sleeve.
This is short sleeve?
I'm intrigued.
Oh, what colors are you going to make?
I'll use the blue crab.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. So that's a really hot one that's going around right now that a lot of people are knitting, so I had to jump on that bandwagon. And then if you were anywhere near Facebook, which some people it is not their thing, some people it is their thing, you might have seen the Wingspan shawl wrap thing by Kyle Vey. Thing. It is a thing, and it is hot. So hot that somebody already has stolen the pictures from the designer's own website and set up a fake website where they're purportedly selling a finished object. They're
Shameful.
not really. They're not. It's fake.
Shameful.
They're just taking your money and stealing your credit card information.
But it is up on Ravelry now, is it not?
The pattern is on Ravelry, and I believe the author is selling kits. I forgot the name of the yarn. But since it is now available on Ravelry and for in-store sales, which means yarn shops can sell the pattern, I thought I might as well do one.
This is going to be like the new Papillon,
It
isn't it?
I totally will be the new Papillon. Hunter will drop in a picture here, but what it is a gradient color shifting wings. It's wings. It's beautiful. So I thought we have a few gradient yarns and a few gradient packs here. Frab Joyce is one.
But for that, it had to be pretty big.
But you needed 800 yards, and ours are mostly 600, which you could get away with and add another coordinating color. But I thought I would just go for a fade. And I thought instead of rainbow wings, I wanted maybe some owl wings, maybe some head wig wings. And I thought, okay, gray might be nice. And I wanted to transition to gold, so I thought I'd pop in. And just these two you could fade together, because that's over 800 yards right there. And it would look beautiful to make it mostly this, and then fade it with some gold at the ends. But I thought maybe you could transition it with this color. This is Silver Fox and Berlin and Foundry. So I thought that might be a nice owl fade. And then I was looking at it, and I looked over the shelf, and I thought, wait a minute. I have all these in sparkle. Let's add some glitter to that. So mine...
You and the sparkle.
...will be a sparkle head wig.
Fabulous.
Fabulous shawl.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm finished with... I don't know. Should I cast on something else? I probably shouldn't cast on something else.
You know you're going to need to cast this on.
I probably should cast it on. I probably am going to cast it on.
Yeah, you're going to get that up as a shop sample and people lose their minds.
They already are losing their minds.
I mean, even more. Like the people who are less connected to Ravelry.
Yes.
Them too.
Yes. So, let's give something away.
Wait, hold on. So during local yarn shop day sale, this was of course already coming up and being discussed. It's hot.
Yeah, because it came out on Saturday on local yarn shop day.
Yeah, and I was talking about it with Caitlin towards the end of the day, and she was planning on doing it too, but she has an interesting plan, and I don't want to, hopefully I won't get in trouble with her for...
saying her colors? Maybe, I don't think she's announced her colors. Maybe you shouldn't.
Maybe we should wait? Okay, I'll just say that she has a really interesting idea, and I think it'll be... amazing.
Yeah, so you don't have to do a rainbow like that. You can use your imagination and go wild.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I thought maybe a blue one would be pretty, like a blue jay.
Blues are always popular.
Yeah.
But I like your idea better. I think something a little more novel.
It's neutral-ish.
Yeah.
Too.
And Foundry's just always great. So.
Maybe I'll make more than one.
You do you, boo.
While you're doing your crop top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not getting invited to enough pool parties, and it's becoming a problem. I'm just putting it out there.
Let's give something away. All right, our last giveaway question. We had discussed our custom color.
Yes.
For Fiberfest from Madeline Tosh, which is called 7 Seas. It's a blue with greens and a little bit of gold. We had it on a lot of bases. We're kind of running out, but this is the TML base, which is a really popular base.
And not to worry, because the folks over at Mad Tosh have assured me that for so long as we want more of this color, they will be more than happy to provide it. So we will be... What?
Work sock?
What are you talking about?
We need some more work sock.
Okay. I mean, when we're ready to place an order with Tosh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the question was, when we do another custom color, what color would you like to see? Mm-hmm. We got a lot of requests for green, which I like green. Ding. I like green. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of purple and different shades of purple, deep purples, bright purples, purple and orange, iris. We got one for pumpkin spice. One that was really interesting was wildflowers, because this kind of reminds a lot of people of bluebonnets, which is our native Texas flower. Mm-hmm. So something else along the lines of a wildflower might be nice. Mm-hmm. And then we got one for pumpkin spice, which is nice because it's going into fall. The yarn crawl is what we would be doing the custom color for, mm-hmm. which is in September.
Correct.
That's when the pumpkin spice comes out. Then we did get a couple of requests for...
Kayla would love that, by the way.
She loves pumpkin spice.
Uh-huh.
We got a couple of requests for some neutrals, like a gray with maybe some specks of something in it, because there are so many bright colors. Something neutral to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot to think about, and thank you to everyone who commented with your ideas. They're great.
Yep,
and they're really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Great feedback. All right, let's give this away. We had 32.
Mm-hmm.
32 comments. So my random number generator is 1 and 32. I shall generate a number. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Oops. What you got for me?
32.
All right, 32. That is going to be Jacqueline Zugish.
Congratulations,
Jacqueline.
You are a winner. If you happen to see this before we get a chance to contact you, please let us know, either email, call. Let us know how you would like to receive your yarn. If you're local and you want to pick it up, that's cool. We'll hold it as long as you need us to, and if you'd like us to mail it to you, we're happy to do that.
Yep, either way, no problem.
Congratulations, Jacqueline.
Yay.
All right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and have another giveaway for this week. What are we going to offer?
We are going to give away the thin wrist ruler in champagne. So that's this one.
Can you get it off?
What if I can't? Is it mine now?
Yeah, you have to keep all that on if you can't get it off.
I do really like it. I kind of would like one. So.
Mm-hmm. If only you knew where to get one.
If only. So it's magnetic, right? I
Yes.
just gotta pop it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to break it. Maybe you should take it off. Oh, pop. Okay, we're giving away the champagne-colored thin wrist ruler.
Hold on.
And our question will be...
The question will be...
And I know that you guys like it when we spur of the moment pick a question.
Yeah, full disclosure, we did discuss this a little bit prior because we had a little bit of a dilemma come up that we thought we would go to you guys with, and maybe y'all can help us figure it out.
Yes, so I'm seeing all these things that I just have to knit right now, and I'd love to do a shop knit along, but I need some input on what would be the most likely thing that everybody would like to knit, because not everybody wants a crop top.
I was just thinking unisex crop top.
Not everybody. Crop tops are not everybody's bag, so, Then I was thinking maybe the wingspan, but that might not be everybody's cup of tea either. I did do a little bit of research on the Edie, which is a short sleeve v-neck tee by Isabel Kramer. That might be something that everybody can get behind.
Maybe. I think that's like a fingering weight linen, though, is it not?
It is a fingering weight linen.
That could be a little polarizing.
However, it's been done in DK weight cotton, like the Zoe and the Hempathy. So I was maybe going to use the Barocco Summer Silk, which is a DK. They had a lot of DK projects on the page too, so all you would have to do is go down a couple of pattern sizes, do a gauge swatch. Probably should do a gauge swatch to get your cast on number and go from there.
We know you don't want to hear it, but if you do something like that, you really should probably
don't be like me.
Gauge swatch. Don't be reckless.
Don't reckless knit.
Unless you don't care about it fitting you and only want to get it on a mannequin in a shop, then it's like whatever, go hog wild.
Yeah. But so what kind of garment would you like to do a knit along with? We're thinking probably May and June, because July 4th is the Marie Green 4-day knit along sweater challenge, which I will be doing. And this year she's invited yarn shops to participate, so we will be a participating yarn shop, which means I think you'll be able to buy your pattern here. We'll have a few different yarn choices that you can choose from, and then I might go ahead and get a store sample finished before I do the 4-day challenge.
We'll also have waivers available for people to sign that recuse us of any responsibility for people who try to knit a sweater in 4 days. Injuries, dehydration,
hand injuries. You gotta eat, you gotta
insomnia.
sleep. Yeah, that's a good idea. Also, when Marie does these are pretty popular. She gets a lot of questions. She does do live question and answer sessions, I believe, on Facebook Live. But she gets a lot of questions, so I'll be able to answer some of those questions if you decide to do the knit along.
Cool.
I think. All right, so that's it for us. We hope you have a great couple of weeks, and we'll see you again soon.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.